What's good out there, Liquid Trucking, and welcome into the Liquid Trucking Podcast. It is our Jamboree recap episode. So excited about this. We're going to walk you through the entire thing. Did you miss it? Well, you missed an awesome party. We understand that not everybody can make it, but hey, what if I told you that for next year, if you wanted to come out, Liquid might get your hotel for you? Well, they did this year, and they'll do that again next year, I'm sure. So stay tuned, because right here after we run the music, we are going to get started and recap the entire day from start to finish. We'll have live audio from the Jamboree, and I'll be checking in with you every now and then to just kind of move stuff along. So welcome to the Jamboree post edition. Man, it was a great party. Let's get it moving.
Welcome to the gold standard of podcasts for the gold standard of drivers. This is the Liquid Trucking Podcast with your host, Marcus Bridges.
You know, it's not very often that I get to have an experience that really changes or just improves my outlook on something. And I'll tell you right now, very, very hard for me to have a better outlook on Liquid Trucking as a whole. I'm talking from top to bottom, everyone that's involved, families, all of it. I have a really, really high opinion of it. And being in person for the first time at the third annual Liquid Trucking Employee Jamboree was like a transcendent experience. You know, I hate to sound like I'm blowing things out of proportion here, but step into my shoes for a minute, okay? One of the first things that I got was not only a handshake, but a big hug from a Liquid Trucking driver, okay? And that happened multiple times throughout the day. And not only that, but after the Jamboree was over, after everybody was home, back in there, maybe hanging out in bed, watching some late night football, which is indeed what I was doing, I was still getting text messages back and forth from Liquid Trucking drivers that we hung out with all day. So that is the type of experience I had. And I'm not going to focus too much on my experience anymore. I wanted to really set the stage for you. I will be your host, not only today for the podcast, but indeed at the Jamboree. I was the MC, the dude with the microphone, and they cut the wires. They made it wireless for me. So I just got to run around. At some point in time, I had two mics, and I was just handing them to people. Great time. Awesome. We had amazing food. We had great vibes the whole time. Everybody was smiling. Everybody was having a good time. The truck rodeo, absolutely phenomenal. And we will get to talk to our truck rodeo winner a little bit later on in the show, so stay tuned for that. We also did a closest to the pin in a cornhole tournament, the world's fastest cornhole tournament. We'll tease that for you. You know, you've got, it's just going to be a lot of me, okay? But the nice thing about it being a lot of me today is that it was me surrounded by hundreds of other people that I also got to put the microphone in front of. And that, my friends, was the highlight of the day for me. So please enjoy. We got a little segment here, going to kind of kick the whole thing off for you, and I'll be back in to keep the train moving down the tracks. Enjoy. All right, everybody. Once again, welcome to the third annual Liquid Trucking Employee Jamboree. It's awesome to have you all here. We are creeping on 11 o'clock right now, which means we got a truck rodeo coming up here in just a couple minutes. If you are interested in competing in the truck rodeo and got signed up for it, we need you in the classroom at 11 a.m. sharp. That's when things are going to start. You got to take a written test first. Bo's going to put you through your paces in there. So if you're a truck rodeo competitor, please make your way to the classroom here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Thank you. All right, it's time to get into the real meat of things here, and I am being metaphorical, but I'm also being quite literal, because we're about to get in touch with the grill team. I'm talking Matt Cleach. I'm talking Jason Cranehagen. I'm talking Chris and Brennan. Those guys were awesome, and let me tell you, the food was out of this world. We're going to check in with them. We're also going to meet some folks that are there to support a driver, William and Sarah. And, listen, this was a really cool community event. And when I say community, you think, oh, well, that's like the town I live in. No, think of this as the community of Liquid Trucking. It's not just the employees, it's their families, okay? And it's not just their families. It might even be, in some cases, extended families. And that is the type of community it is. It was very welcoming. The kids were out in the bouncy castle having fun. A basketball court out there for them. This is just such a cool event, and if you missed it this year, you got to make it next year if you can. Again, Liquid's going to make it really easy for you to do so. They would pick up your hotel. I actually stayed at the same hotel that Liquid would get you a hotel room at if you were going to come to the Jamboree and we're from out of town. Nice place. Good amenities, pool and hot tub were open late, I think until like 11 p.m. I know my guy Mike Stanfield, he actually dipped out a little bit early because, hey, got to let the kids go hit the pool, man, and they got a lot of hours to burn and a lot of energy to burn off. So great little place out there. It's like maybe a 15-minute drive from the Liquid Trucking campus there in Plattsmouth. Highly recommended. But enough out of me. Again, I'm blabbering, and we have all of this cool audio to play you from the Jamboree. So let's meet the grill team. Let's meet some of the attendees of the event, and let's have a little bit more fun, because that's what it was all about. All right. Time to meet some of our guests out here today, and since I already got to meet these people, I'm going to sit down with them and say thanks for coming. What's your name, man?
William.
William, and what's your name?
Sarah.
William and Sarah are here with Thomas Fish today, if I'm not mistaken, and he's about to compete in the truck rodeo. William, what do you think his chances are, man? How's he gonna do?
I think he'll get first.
First place, bring home the money, bring home the belt. Okay. Sarah, is your confidence as high?
Absolutely.
Right, I love it. Well, it looks like we got a great little rally crew for Thomas out here today in the truck rodeo. Where are you guys in from today?
Albany, Missouri.
Albany, Missouri. How far of a drive is that?
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. So is this your first time at the Liquid Trucking Employee Jamboree?
It is.
It is? Well, are you guys ready to have more fun than you've ever had in a day?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for being here, William and Sarah. I appreciate you being my guinea pigs here today because I kind of just came and sat down at your table. So be doing that a lot today. If you see me coming and you don't want anything to do with me, just shoo me off like a bee, okay? William, Sarah, thanks for playing along.
Thank you.
I'm definitely not going to miss the chance to come over and talk to the man behind the grill today. I'm standing here with Liquid drivers Matt Cleach and Jason Krayenhagen, and they have been here cooking since
3 a.m.
3 a.m. this morning. Jason, did you get any sleep last night?
Oh, yeah.
How much?
I get up about that time every day, so...
Okay, so it's not that bad. Cleach, I know you were a little bit more tired. Yeah, what'd you get? 4 hours?
Maybe 4.
4 hours?
8:30 to 12:30. Yeah.
That's not enough sleep, Matt.
No, and it doesn't help my looks either.
Well, hey, some of us are playing with a short deck, man. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
So tell me what we're going to be snacking on today.
Well, we're gonna start off with some honey barbecue ribs, and then we're gonna do some cowboy chicken, which is basically a local company out of Hickman, Nebraska. Has got a cowboy rub. We're gonna just kind of lightly dust that on the grill and serve that up hot. And ribs are all done. They turned out perfect. I couldn't be happier with my team this year.
Awesome.
So,
well, if somebody
it's
wants to come check you out and actually watch you guys work, where are you at?
We're right on the would be the southeast corner of the building.
Okay, right here where the tents are. Just walk right around the corner.
Come over, visit us. The guys will talk to you. They'll tell you what we're doing. We'll tell you about the grill. And we enjoy talking to everybody. So
that's true, man. He's on the podcast all the time, and so is Jason. Appreciate you, Matt and Jason. Thanks for keeping us full today, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome to the party my help for the day, Grant and his beautiful mother, Farah. They are in the referees' jerseys just like me. They will also help you find things if you need to. Great help from these two. Thank you guys both for being here today. All right, it's time to get into what I would probably call the highlight of the day. Probably for me and the spectators, if you want my honest opinion here, this was really cool. It's time for the truck rodeo. And let me tell you, this is where we really put the skills to the test, all right? Right at 11 a.m., all the drivers that wanted to compete were called into a classroom where they had to take a written exam, and it was not an easy written exam, and you'll find that out when we talk to the winner of the truck rodeo. I don't want to give that away to you right now, but we're going to talk to him coming up here in just a little bit, and he's going to walk us through a little bit about what a day in the life of a competitor in the truck rodeo was like. But let me tell you, from my perspective, it was awesome. It started out where one driver at a time would come out of the classroom, and they would start a pre-trip inspection on a truck that was backed in. They had 2 trucks with the tanks attached, backed in, ready to go. And these guys were walking around doing the inspection, and the whole time, imagine this if you're a driver, the whole time somebody's walking around behind you with a clipboard. Probably feels a little bit more like training again, but no, this is a skills competition. After the skill part of the pre-trip inspection, they got all 8 drivers through that. Then they pulled the trucks over. Now it's time for the driving portion. Drivers are going to make a left turn. They're going to have to measure how close they came to some cones. Then they're going to do a nose in where there's a barrier and they have to get real close to it. After that, it's a back in. And again, our winner, when we interview him after this segment of live audio, is going to tell you just exactly how hard that was. So without further ado, it's the 3rd annual Liquid Trucking Employee Jamboree Truck Rodeo. There is cash on the line, there is bragging rights on the line, and there is a championship belt fit only for a true champion on the line. Let's check it out. The truck rodeo has kicked off. Now they're in right now taking their tests. And here pretty quick, 2 of them are going to walk through the area and come back here to where we've got these 2 beautiful liquid trucking trucks parked, and they will begin pre-trips. Sort of a spectator sport. If you want to come back here and watch, the only thing we ask is that you don't follow them around. Just let them do their thing. It's going to be taking place here, I would say 5 to 10 minutes. You'll see some drivers start to come out here and start those pre-trips. So make sure you get out here and support them, make a lot of noise. There's money on the line. All right, we've got our first driver out here. I see his support group coming right now. Thomas Fish is out here about ready to do his pre-trip. Yeah, give him a hand. I'm okay with it. Make a little noise for the guy. Once again, it's a bit of a spectator sport. If you want to come watch, we are down here on this end where the big idiot with the stripes is standing on stage. Come see me. I'll point you in the right direction, all right? All right, I'm out here with Bo Hankey. He is keeping a close eye on these pre-trip inspections, Bo. Just tell me what the drivers are doing here and what the purpose is.
So the driver generally every morning before he moves a truck or trailer, he is going to do a pre-trip, and that checks every portion of the truck, tires, under the engine bay, fluids, everything that he would normally check in a pre-trip before you move that truck.
Okay, so we're testing the aptitude here. We're testing how good they are under a little bit of pressure. I kind of like that aspect of it. I'm going to let Bo get back to policing this event. And Thomas Fish is out there working his way around it right now. Looks like we got our second driver out here working on his pre-trip for our truck rodeo. I'll be honest with you, it's a little more golf course than it is football game, but that's because they're trying to stay focused out here, so let's let them work. All right, Mr. Fish has just finished his pre-trip inspection. We got another driver coming out here right behind him. Let them hear it. Make a little noise for them once they're finished. They're concentrating right now. Maybe shake their hand on the way back in. Welcome to those of you that have just arrived. I am Marcus. I'll be your master of ceremonies today. If you need anything while you're here today, make sure to find a guy in a planning committee shirt or a guy in a referee shirt. We'll point you in the right direction. Food, drinks, and more. Stay tuned. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Josh Dabrowski, headed out to do his pre-trip inspection. Make a little noise for him. We want to say welcome to Harold Martin. Did I get that correct? Yes, I did. He's out here doing his pre-trip right now. Thank you very much to Bo Hankey for letting me know. Good luck to you, Harold. Earl Olberding is out here now, ready for you to cheer him on while he does his pre-trip inspection. Good luck, Earl. Ladies and gentlemen, is that Roger Schmidt going out there to do a pre-trip? It is a spectator sport, like I said. Come out here and watch him. The man behind this whole thing. He's going to show you how it's done. Sorry, Nick, you were behind it too. I'm hanging out over here at the merch table with Jake Debo from recruiting. Jake, I want to ask you, if I sent you out there on a pre-trip right now, what's the score going to look like when it comes back?
Just as good as any one of these other drivers out here. We all learn how to do here, Marcus.
Okay, I love the confidence in you, man. I had my doubts, I'll be honest with you, but that kind of confidence, that'll get an A+ on any test.
I mean, just watching these guys do it so thoroughly here, I'm learning so much just by watching them. I feel like I could go out there and drive right now.
It's amazing, and here we got Roger Schmidt out here showing us how it should be done, man.
Isn't that something?
That's awesome.
Watching the man, the myth, the legend go out there and take a run at it.
I didn't think he was being serious, and now he's out there and they're timing him and everything. He's doing good.
That's leading from the front right there.
That's
what you want to see, for
That's
sure.
a fearless leader for sure.
It looks like he hasn't lost a step either out there. He's
I don't
going
think
through it
so.
no problem at all. And he's enjoying himself, laughing, smiling, having a great time, just like everybody out here at the Jamboree today, huh?
Yeah, he's probably wishing these two idiots on the microphones would clam up every now and then. But
That's all right. Hey, they got to hit all kinds of distractions out there.
Absolutely. All right, that's Jake Debo. You're going to hear from him more today. He's good on the mic, and I'm going to utilize it. Keep cheering him on out there during the truck rodeo. We'll have another driver out here shortly to start his pre-trip.
Thanks, Marcus. Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we got James Clemens out here right now working on his pre-trip. So come on, give him your support. The truck rodeo is off and running. We'll get through these pre-trips here pretty quick, and then we'll get some trucks out there moving around on the lot. Exciting stuff. Come check it out. We've got Brian Cahill out here in a Cornhusker shirt. Wish him luck. He's got a support group out here. He is starting off on his pre-trip right now. Give him a round of applause. Brian Cahill. Oh, look at that. I might as well come over and talk to his cheering gallery here. Are you here with Brian today?
Yes, we are.
Okay, and what's your names?
I'm Melissa. Anna.
Brian. And hey, we got two Brians out here. Brian Jr. Awesome. Well, welcome. Are y'all having fun so far today?
Yeah, it's fun. It's nice.
It's a beautiful day. Yes, beautiful day out here today. We got lots of food going on. I don't know if you guys saw them cruising through ribs out there. They got chicken. We're going to be full like we've never been before. But thank you guys for cheering them on. I'll get out of your way and let you watch.
Thank you.
Yeah. Adam Stark is out here getting ready to start his pre-trip. Come on, cheer him on and wish him some luck. All right, ladies and gentlemen, they are currently out judging those pre-trips right now, grading them, scoring them, whatever you will say. But that means the very exciting thing is coming up next, and that's the driving, and that very much is a spectator sport. So join us back here on the back patio. If you want to watch the truck rodeo in all of its glory, they're going to be moving the trucks around, backing them up. It's going to be a real pressure cooker out here, and I'm going to be delivering you play-by-play the whole time. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take just a moment here to send a very, very, very special thank you to Matt Cleach and his team. These guys have been out here since 3 in the morning cooking ribs, and Matt tells me he could not have done it without Jason, Chris, and Brennan. Matt, great job out there. You guys have been really working hard, but say something about your team for me.
They are the best. That's all I got to say. They are the absolute best. I couldn't ask for a better crew.
Awesome, man. Well, you've been bragging about them all day. I've already tried the ribs. Don't tell anybody, but I got the first bite of the day. We're going to be cruising our way through some of those quick and some of that cowboy chicken, right?
Yep, the cowboy chicken's coming up. They're actually getting ready to fire up for that now.
Awesome. That might be a little bit of a spectator sport, too. Grill going up to about 500 degrees.
Yep, 500 degrees and about 15 minutes for 40 pounds.
40 pounds of chicken in 15 minutes. That sounds like a Wednesday night at my house. Matt Cleach, Jason, Chris, and Brennan, you guys have killed it out there today. Thank you so much for spending all that time on that awesome food, guys. All right, it looks like we got a truck out here driving around. Come on to the back patio if you want to watch the real spectator side of the truck rodeo. Who we got in that truck right now? That looks like Josh Dabrowski out there right now. Make a little noise for Josh as he gets his way through the course. Now, Jason, I'm going to give you a microphone here because I got a couple questions for you as we get this whole thing started. I understand that there's some moments that we should kind of be focusing on here that are going to be kind of the pressure-filled moments. Can you tell me a little bit about what it is that these guys are going to do at the course and where we should be watching?
I don't know the course yet because Jesse set it all up, so props to Jesse and his team for making it happen. They're going to start on the road, make a left, come to these barricades and then back in, and we're about to see it happen for the first time.
Okay, so let's keep an eye on those cones. We don't want to see him hit any cones. We don't want to see him hit any of the partitions, obviously. And we're going to let him hear it, too.
We got a question. Do they get 1 try, guys, or 2 tries?
So we got 1 try at the course here, but they've got unlimited pull-ups without penalty is what Nick Meyer tells me. Thank you, Nick. Jake Debo's out here taking practice swings with the golf club, so everybody cover their head. We are off and running. The first truck is pulling out of the lot now. You're going to see him circle around here, take a left, and then do some maneuvering. Looks like we got a Ford out here that wants to get in on the party. Really trying to confuse him here by bringing a Ford right through the course beforehand, but we got it ironed out. Make a little noise for your driver out there. Let him know that you're here watching him, ladies and gentlemen. He's got his window down. He could probably hear you. All right, we're watching the officials for when the time officially starts. Looks like the driver's just about ready to kick this thing off. And we're off with our first driver on the driving portion of our truck rodeo. Let's see how he does. Going to come in here and hang a left. Watch those cones. All right, they're going to do some measuring real quick. That's driver Earl Olberding in the cab. Let him hear it. Let him know you're here. Doing a great job so far. Beautiful. I couldn't stand sideways between that Bambi Basher and that partition. What a job there. All right, we got that backup beeper on. You know what that means. Earl's an expert at using those mirrors. Now he's got to back this truck all the way up without hitting the partition in the back there. And, of course, we're looking to stay clear of those cones as well. Oh, we got a cone. Oh, that was the pressure cooker moment. That's what we were watching for. That is a tight spot to get such a big tank into. We don't spend enough time appreciating how skilled these drivers really are. That is a very big, heavy rig going into a tiny parking spot backwards. I know I couldn't do it. He's cleared the final cone. All right, there go the brakes. Hands are off the wheel. And we have stopped the time. Give Earl Olberding a hand, everyone. That is the first guy to go out here and do the driving course. It's never easy to be the guinea pig for something like that. So great job, Earl. All right, I want to hear a big round of applause for our next driver about to get started. Thomas Fish is stepping up to the plate. And off goes Thomas. He's about to make the loop and come back into the lot. All right, Thomas is going to pull into position here. We'll watch our officials for that clock starting, and he will be off and rolling. All right, here we go. The clock has started. Thomas is off on the course. Time to come in here, make that left turn, and try to keep away from those cones. Looking good so far. He stopped. Hands are off the wheel. They will move in for a measurement. And while they're measuring, I'm going to walk out here and talk to William one more time. William, you've been a great sport today, brother. Do you think that you could do what your dad's out there doing right now?
No.
No? You think you'd hit a few cones?
A few? Probably all of them.
Me too, buddy. Me too. Well, make some noise for him. He's off to the next stage of the truck rodeo. He's going to come over and pull up to this partition here and get real skinny on it. All right, he's making his approach. Hands off the wheel. They'll move in for the measurement. It looks pretty good. Looks like he's about one Nick Meyer away from that partition there, depending on which way he's facing. All right, nice job, Thomas. Now it's on to the backing test. Let's see how he does. Now, it's my understanding that they get unlimited pull-ups for this part, Nick. Is that correct?
Well, I believe so, but it's not official.
Amazing the precision that these drivers can work with. Such huge equipment. And they can take it and put it in a little tiny parking spot backwards. I'm amazed every time I watch it. Back he goes. Thomas is working hard to get it just perfect. He has cleared those final cones. Hands off the wheel. Looks like they're moving in for a measurement. Let's give Thomas a big hand. Great job out there today, Thomas. See if he's going to go home with some cold, hard cash. Mom always told me never to comment on anyone's looks, but that Freightliner's got some clean lines, don't it? Nice job, Thomas. Real quick, I'm going to touch base with our first contestant here that ran the road course, Earl Olberding. Nice job out there, sir.
Well, thank you very much.
What
Thank
can you tell me about the course?
Oh, it's a tough course. Kind of wishing they would have had a half a tank of water in the back of that tanker, make it more of a rodeo case where we had to hold on.
Sure.
But it was, I've never done a rodeo before, so didn't know what to expect. I wish I'd taken my time a little bit more backing into that hole over there so I didn't have to get stopped like that. But otherwise, it's what we do on a daily basis out here.
Absolutely. Well, great job out there, Earl. Appreciate you stopping by to check in with me real quick. And now you're a rodeo veteran.
Well, no, I've been there once anyway, so yeah, I'm a veteran. Hopefully we can move on. We'll see how the rest of the drivers do here.
All right. Thanks, Earl. Good job out there. All right, next up, we've got James Clemens coming to the course. Give him a hand. Let him hear you. Time has started. Here he comes. Make some noise for him out there. Let him know you're here. Making the first left turn here. All right, we're stopped. Hands off the wheel. And if you watch that driver in the cab, you will see his mirrors are his best friend. Constantly checking him. All right, how close is he going to get? Inching forward a little bit. All right, hands off the wheel. They'll move in for a measurement. Now on to the final obstacle. Jane's going to be backing up into the parking spot. Got to be the hardest part of the challenge. Back he goes. Where he stops, hopefully before the partition. Got a little play-by-play here with our previous contestant, Thomas Fish. Thomas, talk to me about this part of the competition, man. That is a really tight parking spot. What was your strategy?
My strategy was to keep the driver's side as close as possible, so I knew I had more room on the passenger side that's harder to see.
Okay. And how tight is that spot compared to some of the spots that you got to back into?
Oh, some of the spots we go to are real tight.
Real tight. So you're used to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Well, give a hand once again to Thomas Fish. Nice job out there, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, looks like we touched it. We grazed it. All right. Looks like they're keying up these final measurements here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear one last round of applause for James. Great job. Great job. He's going to go get it parked, and then we are going to see Nicholas White with his attempt at the course here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Nicholas White pulling up to the starting line. Do me a favor, once he stops and looks at the official, that's when we're going to make some noise so that he can hear you when that truck is stopped, okay? So here we go, counting down in 3, 2, 1. Make some noise for Nicholas. Let's let him hear it. Good luck, Nicholas. Off and rolling for that first left-hand turn. We're watching those cones on our side of things here. We got Bo and Jesse out there keeping a close eye on things. All right, hands off the wheel, moving in for a measurement. Good there. On to obstacle number 2. We're going to call that, hey, how you doing? Pulling right up close to it with the nose of that truck, as close as he can get without hitting that partition. Here comes Nicholas to give it his best shot. All right, here's the pressure cooker. That is the cutest thing ever. He's got his kids there waving to him right when he's in the middle of competition. You got to love that. Nothing makes you want to win more. He's stopped. They're moving in for a measurement. While he's real close to you, you better make some more noise for Nicholas White, you guys. He's right there. He can hear you. All right, we're on to obstacle 3. It's that skinny parking space he's got to back it all the way into. Steer clear of all those cones and don't hit the partition. The moment of truth. Hands off the wheel. Time is stopped. They will move in for a measurement. One more big round of applause for Nicholas White. Nice job out there. He's got his kids here rooting him on. Looking good in that brand new hat. Next up here in the competition is going to be Adam Stark. Looks like the chicken looks good. I just got a report direct from the grill. Matt Cleach and the boys out there. We got Jason, Chris, and Brennan helping him out. I don't think you guys understand how good this food's going to be. Like I said, I already got to sample the ribs. Some of the best ribs I've ever had. Can't wait for it. We're getting Adam Stark ready here for his run at the Truck Rodeo. This is such a cool event. I've never been to a truck rodeo before. Spectator sport for sure, man. I'm hanging on every one of these moves. I'm watching cones. This is great. All right, Adam Stark's pulling that truck around to the starting line. Let's get ready to make some noise. All right, he's pulling up to the starting line, and he is stopped. Let's make some noise for Adam Stark as he enters the course. Good luck, Adam. Swinging around that left turn here. Keeping an eye on those cones. And Bo Hankey's foot. All right, hands off the wheel, moving in for a measurement. Jesse's got that measurement. We're locked and loaded, ready for the second obstacle. All right, Adam's got her squared up. He's going to nose up here as close as he can. Woo, stopped with the hands off the wheel. Sorry, they're moving for a measurement. I don't know. That looks like as close as we've seen it so far today, but we got to turn to the yardsticks to figure out who's actually going to win this thing. All right, Adam's ready for obstacle number 3. Time to back her up. All right, I'm here with our last contestant, Nicholas White. Nicholas, how hard is it, man? I asked Thomas Fish the same thing. That seems like a really tight space. Did you have any trouble getting it back in there okay?
No, basically the only thing you got to do is just worry about your setup and how you achieve that. So the thing is to get your trailer as straight as you can with that and just try to back in. So
Gotcha. Now talk to me about this one that you nose up to. I know you're sitting up high. I know you can see the partition, but you can't see your bumper. You can't see the grill guard. That's got to be a tough one to eyeball, yeah?
yeah, because you have about 4.5, 5 feet between you and the front bumper. So
Just all about getting used to it all these years driving out there, right?
yep,
Absolutely. Well, great job, Nicholas. Thanks for joining us today, man. Good luck. All right, Adam's got her lined up. He's taking a stab at it. The hardest obstacle on the course, without a doubt. Oh, got a cone. It's a tight squeeze. Trying to get back there as close as he can to that partition. All right, he stopped. There's the horn. Hands are off the wheel. They'll move in for a measurement. Adam Stark, ladies and gentlemen, that's his go at it. Make some noise for him. One more time for Adam Stark, ladies and gentlemen. Nice job, Adam. We got our next driver slotted up and ready to go. His name is Josh Dabrowski. We're going to make some noise for him when he gets pulled up to the starting line. Let him hear you. He's about to take a crack at the truck rodeo course. 3 obstacles. Don't hit any cones. Don't run over Bo Hankey's foot. And, move kind of quick. I think that's the whole point of this thing, right? Get it done quick. Here comes Josh to the line. All right, Josh is about to hang a Louie here. Let's see how close he can get to those cones without touching them. All right, Josh is stopped with his hands off the wheel. Jesse will move in for the measurements. On to obstacle number 2 for Josh. Getting right up close and personal with it. All right, he stopped, hands off the wheel. Time to make a little bit more noise for Josh. Give him a round of applause. He's about to take on the toughest obstacle on the course. Give him room. Let him get that thing squared up. It's got to be like backing up over a circus peanut. All right, Josh getting it back into that spot. Now, he can do this. He can pull up here unofficially as many times as he wants to. Keep himself from hitting those cones. Now, we are timed, so that's a part of it you got to think about, too. But Josh is getting back there. They're going to be moving in for a measurement any moment here. The precision blows my mind every time I see it. Every one of you guys. All right, hands off the wheel. There's the horn. They're moving in for a measurement back there. Josh Dabrowski needs to hear from y'all one more time. Great job, Josh. How about the picture of consistency himself? Roger Schmidt making his way to the truck right now. He's going to give this course a shot. Still got it, too. If the pre-trip inspection was any indicator, Roger still got it for sure. So we're going to give him another big round of applause when he pulls up to the starting line, so make sure to get those hands ready. We were just informed that if he wins, he might just take money out of one pocket, put it in the other one. Now, I'm betting Roger's going to clear the way for those prizes. First, second, and third taking home cold hard cash today in our truck rodeo. And first place will go home with a heavyweight title belt worthy of its own frame, its own spot on the mantle, if you will. Maybe mount it to the dash, maybe hang it on the front of the truck, wear it to work every day is what I would do. Somebody's walking home with it tonight and some money in their pocket. Welcome in, folks. We see some people trickling in there. Thanks for joining us at the 3rd Annual Liquid Trucking Jamboree. If you would like to come out here and watch Roger Schmidt take a shot at the truck rodeo course, he is about to pull up to the starting line. We got a cornhole tournament coming up later with cash prizes. We got a closest to the pin tournament coming up with cash prizes. And we're going to put the wraps on this truck rodeo here before too long. I think we only just have a couple more drivers left, if that. So get ready to make some noise for Roger Schmidt. He's up to the starting line. He is coming to a stop. And there he is. Make some noise for Roger, everybody. Roger coming in to hang that left turn, and watch out for those cones. All right. Roger's got her stopped. Jesse moves in for the measurement. All right, Roger off to obstacle number 2. He's going to be real close to you, so make sure you get ready to make some noise. I'm here with Josh Dabrowski real quick. Just got done. Just wrapped up out there, Josh. What was the most challenging part of the course for you, man?
Resetting after the nose in to hit the offset over there. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, though.
All right, well, good job out there. How do you think Roger's going to do on this? You think he's going to just blow you guys out of the water and beat every one of you?
I don't know. We'll have to see. He's got the experience, so hopefully it works out for him.
All right, good luck. Thanks, Josh. All right, pulling up to that partition. Let's see how Roger does. There's the horn. Hands are off the wheel. Moving in for a measurement. We got it. Time to see him back it up. Shout out to the very, very smart individual standing out in the lot with an Oregon Ducks shirt on right now. I see ya. I see ya. All right, Roger's backing her in. Let's see how he does. He's past that last cone, getting it as close as he can. John's going to move in for the measurement there. And that wraps it up for Roger, everybody. Big hand for Roger Schmidt. Still got it. In a short time, our next driver, Brian Cahoe, will be making his way out to his truck and getting ready to tackle this truck rodeo course. Folks, the place is starting to fill up. This party's starting to pop off a little bit. Thanks, everyone, for coming. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Cahoe to the starting line. Let's make some noise for him so he can hear you. All right, he's just about stopped at that first obstacle there. Hands off the wheel. Jesse, move in for a measurement. There we go. Hands off the wheel. Jesse in for a measurement. Brian headed up to obstacle number 2. Hey, how you doing? How close are we going to get? There's the horn honk. Hands off the wheel. They're moving in for the measurement. Make some noise while he's right here in your face, everybody. Brian Cahoe. And now it's time to back it up. All right, Brian's about halfway back. That's a skinny parking spot. All right, give up a hand for Brian Cahoe. Nice job there as John Lohan's going to move in for the measurement there. Big round of applause for Brian. Nice job, Brian. All right, our next driver is up and ready to take a crack at the course. We're starting the clock, and off he goes. All right, we missed our chance to make some noise for Harold Martin when he was at the starting line, so let's make some noise for Harold Martin right now as he pulls into that first obstacle. Good luck, Harold. Obstacle number 1 cleared. We're going to move on to obstacle number 2. Make sure you get ready to let Harold hear you when he gets up here. All right, Harold's getting all set up to take on that third obstacle. It's the skinny back in. All right, Harold's just about clear this third obstacle. He missed those last cones. Now he's going to shrink it up, get it as close as he can to that partition. Hands off the wheel. John Lohan moving in for a measurement. And that's going to do it for Harold's run. Everybody make some noise for Harold once again. Great job out there. All right, that wraps up the truck rodeo. Jesse just told me he's going to spend maybe 15, 20 minutes scoring this. And then we're going to present some awards and this belt. Just in case nobody's seen it yet, I believe it's sitting right up here on my table. And check that out. That's the belt that's going home with the winner, as well as some cold, hard cash. Also a payment going to first, second, and third place total here on our truck rodeo. All right, guys. Please, everybody here at the 3rd Annual Liquid Trucking Employee Jamboree, give a round of applause for your first annual truck rodeo participants right here. These guys did an awesome job out there today.
That is not easy what they did. And here, let me make something harder. Try it with an audience, right? That always makes it harder. Watch me hit a golf shot with an audience. I can't golf. But if I'm by myself, I'm like Tiger Woods. So I get what these guys were under today. A lot of pressure. We appreciate each and every one of you for participating. Great job out there. My sidekick over here is wiping ribs off his fingers, which I understand. It makes sense.
All right. First of all, thank you to all the participants that took place in this event. You know, without you guys coming and doing it and showing the professionalism on the course, it's not just on the course. Everybody saw what happened out there, what was driving, but part of doing the written test, that counts. And then the pre-trip's also really important. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that participated. Secondly, thank you to all the volunteers that put time in, helped set up the course, helped draw it up, did the questions, went out here, helped do time. It's really appreciated. We couldn't do it without you. And thirdly, thank you to the company for really sponsoring it, putting the time in, giving the prizes out. That's really important that we do that. So thank you to the Schmidt family for doing that. We really appreciate it. All right, so we're not going to announce where everybody placed. We're going to do the top three. All right, so third place is, with a score of 133, was Harold Martin.
Harold Martin, congratulations. Going home with that third place handful of cash.
All right, second place is Nicholas White with a score of 145.
Nice job, Nicholas.
All right, and our grand prize winner that gets the pile of cash and will get to hold the belt this year is Adam Stark.
Want to speak, Adam?
Hey, I'm Brian, Adam's dispatcher. So, yeah, he did a good job. He can rub it into me for the next year that he beat me. So, because I was surely going to rub it into him if I beat him. So, Adam's a good driver. Congratulations.
Great job. Give it up for all your contestants, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, nice. I don't believe him. All right, hey, you know what? Jesse beat me to the punch. It's something that I actually wanted to do and have left off here. But we just want to thank everybody that had their hands in this today, from the Schmidt family to the planning committee to all the volunteers. There was a lot of work put in for this to go on. Let's not forget about the amazing food. People have been working on this party for months. So please give all those people a round of applause right now. It's a lot of work out here, and they're doing a fantastic job today. Bo, Jesse, John included. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Enjoy the food. We got more activities coming up soon. If you want to sign up for cornhole or the closest to the pin tournament, we're back there at the activities table, or find somebody with a planning committee shirt on.
All right, welcome back in here. It is our Jamboree recap episode, and I figured one of the most important and I think most fun things to watch that went on at the Jamboree was definitely the truck rodeo. Got to do some play-by-play, got to go out there and watch these guys work their magic. And joining me right now is the champion of the truck rodeo. He took first place, and he is joining us for his first appearance on the Liquid Trucking Podcast to celebrate. Please welcome Liquid driver Adam Stark. Adam, it's great to have you, man. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Now, congratulations, and first off, I got to give you a round of applause here. The crowd was really responsive out there. I'll say that it was great. They cheered for you guys every single time I told them to. Don't know if you could hear them inside the cab of the truck, but they were definitely rooting you guys on. Talk to me a little bit about how you got wrapped up in the truck rodeo. Were you even planning on doing this? Was this something you've been looking forward to, Adam?
Well, that's funny. No, I wasn't. I was talking with the recruiters, and they convinced me to do it. And then the morning of, I was out front of the building there, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to participate. And I don't know. I was in the car, had it in reverse, and my phone rings, and Bo's on the phone, and he goes, "Where you at?" Out front. He said, "Come on in. We're getting started." So I decided, yeah, why not? I'll participate.
It's hard to say no to Bo Hankey, man, especially when he's in party mode. I figured that out. When he's out there having a good time, he's pretty convincing dude.
Yeah, he is. I knew if I told him I didn't want to participate, I wasn't I wasn't gonna get out of it. So I was like, you know what? Let me go in and have some fun with this.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad that you did it because you definitely provided us with some entertainment. Talk me through the whole process a little bit. I know we had multiple guys out there scoring and kind of watching the whole thing go on and judging, if you will. What do they tell you when you line up there? How do they set you up for this, and kind of what are the rules that you have to fall within as you make your way through the course?
Well, there was 3 different parts to the course. There was a written test, there was a pre-trip, and then there was, of course, a skills driving test. Mainly it was everybody was out there by themselves before we all were in the room, so we weren't able to watch anybody else beforehand. We could watch them after we were completed, but yeah, so I mean, it was a very well structured, I guess you'd say, and which makes it fair for everyone.
Right. Yeah, it was it was challenging. I think one of the hard parts about being the guy with the microphone that's talking to everybody and knowing that, yeah, you can hear me inside the classroom probably. I had to be careful about what I said, but I did get cued into one thing that was on the pre-trip. And one thing I noticed is they must have set it up well because every single person missed it, and that's to include the man, the myth, the legend himself, Roger Schmidt. Everybody walked right by the valve on the back that was open instead of being closed. At least everybody that I saw, that one get by you as well?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
It got by everybody.
I don't. Yep. I think there was a few of us, and yeah, none of us caught it. So
yeah, that means that they're doing a good job and setting things up that maybe are going to be a little bit different than what you might be looking for. Because talk to me about that. Just with that particular one, the reason that everybody walked by it. Do you have any idea? I mean, do you have a reason for why you walked by it? Is it something that's out of the ordinary in a normal pre-trip, or what was the case with that one?
I think it's more you got 2 people behind you and you're trying to look for something that, they put wrong with their, in a majority of the trailers that we do pick up and stuff, they've been through the wash, so they've been sealed, which, and a lot of stuff. So all of those valves are closed, even though we're supposed to look for them. It's just something, it's very easy to miss.
Sure.
Yeah,
and with that caveat, too, of thinking, well, hey, we picked this trailer up. It just came out of the wash. It's all sealed up. That's, the trailer wash guys do a good job, too. Like, everybody does a good job. So these things normally aren't sticking out like that, and they're not something that come up every time. And clever stuff from the crew that set it up. Good job to them. Let's talk about the driving portion. You had the left-hand turn around the cones. You had the pull-up, and then you had the back in. I gotta assume the back end was the toughest part, but I'll ask you for your take on it. What did you think about the driving part of the course?
It was challenging because especially the back end, unless you looked at it really close, those cones narrowed and narrowed and narrowed, as you were backing up, and you only had maybe 2 inches on each side of your tires. Otherwise, you would have hit the cones. Wow. So
2 inches is it, man. And I did, it was hard. The perspective that we had, once you guys started backing up, you couldn't tell that the cones, kind of tapered like that. But wow, once you guys pulled out of there, the very first driver pulled out of there, and I actually paid attention to it. Yeah, it looked like a big road cone kind of laying on its side the way that, I mean, that's exaggerated, obviously, but it really did get narrow back there. And, hey, drivers had a little bit of trouble with it, which that doesn't surprise me at all, man. Are there places that you guys, I mean, is it pretty common for you to have a backup like that where you've only got 2 inches on either side of the trailer that you're trying to squeeze into?
Oh, yes, very common.
Okay, so they're testing very, very practical skills here.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, did you at least enjoy it? Was it something that after you got out of the truck, was it like, all right, I know I'm good at this, but now I've proven that I'm good at it? How did you feel kind of between the end of your testing and the judging?
I felt pretty good. I mean, I made some mistakes. I know I did. There was one question on the test I didn't even answer, and it was because I was thinking about it too hard, actually, and I knew the answers after the fact. But so I didn't figure there was any chance that I was at least first, maybe second or third or fourth, whatever. But yeah, no, I didn't. I wasn't confident that I was winner by any means.
I mean, I would love to see you walk out here and be like, yeah, I knew I was going to win it the whole time, and then take that belt and put it in the air. But at the same time, I love to hear you be honest and candid about it. You didn't go in there thinking you were going to walk out with the belt and the cash, but you did. So pretty good feeling, I assume, at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was, definitely. Like I said, originally I wasn't going to participate, but at the end, I'm glad I did, because I had a lot of fun. And I would have had a lot of fun regardless of whether I won or not. They put on a good show. There's a lot of behind the scenes work, with Bo, Hanky, and a lot of people that put a lot of hard work into that. And I'm glad I was able to participate in it.
Well said, man. They really did. I was so impressed with how well it all ran and how, I guess, just efficient it was. I actually got two last questions here for you. The first one I'll say, did you feel a little pump of confidence when you jumped back in the truck the next day after the Jamboree? Or you kind of puff your chest out? Did you do something with that belt, mount it to the Bambi Basher on the front or anything like that?
No, I didn't. I just went back to work, like all the rest of us did. But yeah, I mean, I did send the picture to my wife and say, look who the champ is.
Oh yeah, good. Get some mileage out of that belt at home and in the break room. I mean, you got to get some mileage out of it sometime. Pack it around like they pack it too. You don't have to wear it around the waist. Carry it on your shoulder. That's what the real champs do.
Yeah, there you go.
Last question for you before I let you go, man, because I know you're busy and you're on the road right now, so we want to get you back to rolling. Big plans for the cash prize that went to your pocket. Are you doing anything fun with that? You saving it away? What's the cash heading towards?
Well, that's actually a long-winded answer. Because that was the only question you actually gave me ahead of time.
Yep, absolutely.
And, the short answer was going to be, honestly, is I was going to give it to my wife and let her spend it on whatever, because she sacrifices time with me. Mm-hmm. Just to come to the Jamboree, I was out for 2 weeks. I've seen her on one day, Sunday, and that was it. And I decided to take it back. And after you and I spoke, that you wanted to bring me on, I actually was going back in some of the episodes that you had put on, and I referenced episode 90 with Dr. Mark and Michael from Lumbar Trucking.
Uh-huh.
The day after the Jamboree, I had a doctor's appointment, and it really gave me a good look at trucker health. Mm-hmm. And where I have gone, where my health has gone, and it's declined, since I've started. And I really enjoyed that episode. And so I actually want to get in touch with Michael from Lumbar Trucking and see if, he can help. I'm not sure exactly what he does, but I just know he helps truckers in their health journeys.
Yep, he and Dr. Mark both do, and I am more than happy, Adam, to facilitate some contact for you there. I love that those episodes of the show touched you in that way, and using that money to make a positive change, man. I couldn't write a better story for it.
Yep, it's something I really been thinking about over the last month or so.
Good on you. Well, listen up, man. I'm going to go ahead and off the air here, we'll take care of getting you some contact information, get you reaching out to those guys to see what they can do and how they can help for you. And I just want to thank you a lot for coming on here, making your first debut appearance here on the podcast. We're going to get you hooked up with some Drive for Gold points for that. And this is so cool. Like you just warmed my heart. Like I feel like it's Christmas morning right now, because the only thing we want out of those episodes that we do with those guys is to hope that, you guys, anybody that's feeling like their health is in decline, hears it and wants to make a positive change. sounds like we hit the nail on the head with you, Adam, and I could not be happier, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate your time here. Please be safe out there on the road. Like I said, I know you're rolling. We'll let you get back to it. Adam Stark, your truck rodeo champion from the 3rd Annual Liquid Trucking Employee Jamboree, went home with an awesome championship belt, some cash in his hand, and it sounds like a good idea for the future, Adam. You be safe out there. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Great interview there with our winner, Adam Stark. And I also would like to shout out the other 2 gentlemen that went home with cash in hand, and albeit just a little bit less bragging rights indeed. Congratulations to 2nd place, Nick White, and 3rd place, Harold Martin. Big round of applause coming from us here at the Liquid Trucking Podcast for not just Adam, Nick, and Harold, the 3 that went home with the cash, but to all of our competitors, including Thomas Fish, Earl Olberding. Who else do we have? Roger Schmidt was out there competing, okay? And I know that I missed some of you guys. Forgive me for not getting a full roster. I know that a bunch of you guys are listeners of the show, and I just thank you so much for talking to me. I know that when I came up to you, Josh Dabrowski's another guy. Didn't want to forget him. Got to hang out and talk with Josh quite a bit there at the event. Really cool to get to catch up with him a little bit more. We got to get him back on the show. It's been a while since we've heard from him. But these guys were out there doing their job in a competitive fashion, and that's something that's not easy to do. If you want me to do competitive podcasting, I'll tell you right now, I would resort to personal insults. It's the only way I know to be competitive in a format like this. And it was just really cool to see all the drivers. So congratulations to all those guys out there who, took on the challenge. And I know that it was a close competition. Like, there wasn't a huge amount of points separating all of the drivers, except for one thing I will say. Adam Stark, he won it. He won it in serious fashion. It was not necessarily a close race there between 1st and 2nd. So congratulations to all those guys, and thank you for competing. I want to tell you again, man, next year, it's real simple for you to get out there and start having some fun and win some money, because what you're going to hear next coming up is a cornhole tournament. And yes, there was cash on the line. And yes, this was the fastest cornhole tournament in the history of mankind. I thank Bo Hankey for turning me on to that fact, because it was indeed a fact. A little bit of an adjusted rule set here, and I don't know who we have to thank for that, Jake, but this is a cornhole played without cancellations, and so it was like a race to 21. I mean, at one point, it wouldn't have surprised me to see one team member throw the bag across overhand at another team member just to try to injure them so they could not throw the bag. That didn't happen, fortunately, but man, did we pick them up and put them down with this cornhole tournament. Little confusion off the jump, but once we got everybody dialed and once we got all the teams organized, it was a lot of fun, and some clever team names, I will say. One of them that threw me off incredibly. Normally when you're reading through something, you don't see the word blank and read it. Blank means blank. But not in the case of the 3rd Annual Liquid Trucking Employee Jamboree Cornhole Tournament, the fastest cornhole tournament of mankind with cash prizes. It was a little rough on me, so forgive me for the live stumblings that I probably have coming up in this break. But the crowd was awesome. It was so cool to get to hear from the Peanut Gallery, which is what I called them and what I felt like I was truly a part of. So enjoy the cornhole tournament, a little bit of talk as well from the closest to the pin challenge here. Just so much fun, you guys. This was the cornhole tournament, also a lot of fun. Not gonna brag here about anything other than the fact that your boy took home 3rd place and closest to the pin. So try me, except for the 2 people that beat me. You guys tried me and you won. Great job, congratulations there. Here's a little bit more from the 3rd Annual Liquid Trucking Employee Jamboree.
All right, y'all, the cornhole tournament is ready to get started out back here. Come out and see us. My guy Jake Debo here, looks like he's got the brackets. Oh, those look nice. There's cash up for grabs here too today. Don't forget, you want to make it back here if you're registered for this tournament. Come on down. I'm chasing my guy, Bo Hankey around here because I think he's running the show. Directions, Bo.
On the first boards closest to the big doors, we've got baggin and braggin versus the clankers. And then the second boards are going to be the head nerds versus the fun bags. Third board is Team James versus corn hustlers. And then fourth board is flight crew versus Bonnie and Slide.
Folks, just a quick update here. We had a little snafu with the brackets. Bo is in remaking those right now, so appreciate your patience. In the meantime, thanks again for coming to the 3rd Annual Liquid Trucking Employee Jamboree. It's great to have you all here. Thank you to Terrible Gerald's Pizza. Thank you to Matt Cleach and the gang for the amazing food. And thank you to all of you for coming here today to enjoy this. We got closest to the pin going on out here, too. We're going to have that one going on until 5, and the cornhole tournament will kick off very shortly once we dot some T's and cross some I's, all right? Bo's back. We've got a new bracket printed. He's about to tell you guys where you're going to be and who you're going to be playing.
All right, board 1 is going to be Fox and the Fish Men's. Number 2 is going to be Blank and Fun Bags. Number 3 is going to be Baggin and Braggin and Bonnie and Slide. Number 4 is going to be the Conklin Clan and the Corn Hustlers. Number 5 is going to be Flight Crew and Copy and Paste. And number 6 will be Team James and the Clankers.
All right, find your board. Let's get this thing kicked off and ready. Now, as far as scoring format is concerned, all right, go ahead and give them a toss. We got some crazy cornhole action happening out here already. Some of you guys I feel safe standing behind the board. Others I'm not so sure. I'm not going to catch a beanbag to the jaw. There's a sinker. Jake, you seem like you got a lot of confidence out here today, man. You a cornhole pro?
One of the best out here. I'm confident in saying that. Nobody can match my skills.
I like it. I like it. Hey, guys, could I get 2 more volunteers to jump into our cornhole tournament with a cash prize? Because we got one team that doesn't have anybody to play. Looks like that team ended up not being able to play. So I just need 2 volunteers to come out here and get on a cornhole board and start trying to win some money. Never mind, we don't need 2 volunteers. We're giving them a bye. Congratulations, you guys win your first round match against Air. That's a pretty good way to do it. As like at first you kind of felt like that was a bummer of a deal, but now you feel like you got the shiny end of the stick, right?
Basically bought you a game that you can't get eliminated. It's just pretty good. So yeah. I didn't do anything, man. I got the stripes on, but I'm not sure.
We got one awesome cornhole tournament out here. 23-10. We got our first winners here. I assume those are the Fishmen. Yeah, the Fishmen taking down Fox on our first board. Congratulations. You guys are on to the next round. Looks like we got another winner over here. Jake, who won your game?
Wasn't me. Wasn't us. We're a team. Me and Nick and I, we're a team here.
Yeah, we're the non-athlete.
Just to let it be known, hey, anybody out there who wants to go golfing with Troy or play basketball or anything athletic, he's a sandbagger. Just everybody know that.
Boy, there was so much confidence at the beginning of this game, and now we're calling him sandbagger?
Well, people were fully honest with their skills out there, and that's fine. I am, but other people aren't, and that's okay. We'll move on. Hey, great match. Great match to Team Blank. Big-time competitors are going to be serious right out there. They're probably going to win the whole thing. Yeah. So, again, congratulations. Not a sore loser.
Not at all. Not at all. Congratulations, guys. You're on to the next round. Great job. Looks like we got another winner down here. Estelle with the sinker. 2 in a row. All right. It looks like that's all of our first round games done. All winners go meet Bo over at the door. If your team won, go see him. We're getting this second round matchup set up right now. There's money on the line, people.
All right, round 2. On the first boards, it's Hound, Baggin' and Braggin'. Second boards is Flight Crew and Blank.
Third board's going to be Team James and Corn Hustlers, and that is it.
All right, round 2. All right, let them fly, huh? William over here practicing his technique. You got to respect the game. These games are going really fast with our scoring format, so if you want to watch some cornhole and you're not out here, boy, get moving. There's one. Oh, look at that. Back to back. Oh, red got robbed on that one. Boy, the patriotic bag's down on the end. Can't find the hole. Yeah, right. No, you're supposed to throw it in the hole. I don't know if these are regulation size, but there we go. There's some scoring bags. The world's fastest cornhole tournament working its way through the second round. Built for speed and efficiency. Hey, we got a striped bag down that hole. Nice job. I think he just flipped me off after I congratulated him. I'm making friends out here by the dozens, I'll tell you. There's another striped bag down. It's looking like we got at least, that was just a swish right there. He dunked it. Oh, look at this. We got some winners over here. I didn't even see it. Blank won again. Congratulations. Do you guys want to talk to me at all about the strategy now that we're 2 wins down?
Close your eyes and toss it.
Close your eyes and toss it. Probably the best cornhole advice I've heard, and also advice that will apply in other areas if you're creative, all right? So looks like we only got, one game left here. Who won over here? You guys won. What's your team name? Baggin' and Braggin' wins. So what's the strategy?
James.
James is the strategy. I'm going to take you to the strategy right now, live. James on the mic. This is a thinking man's game, James. It's very clear. It can be played with the beer in your hand, sure, but you got to think your way through it. Talk to me about how you thought your way through your second win here.
I wasn't thinking. I just threw the damn bag.
He's got it down. That's how you do it. Close your eyes and throw. Don't think, throw the damn bag. This seems to be pretty standard advice out here today. Nice job. Congratulations. I think that we're already done with this round, so that means Bo's probably squirreled off and putting together the matchups for round 3. We got a real pressure cooker out here with the Stars and Stripes game. Oh, look at that. So, Josh, did you guys win? Okay, what's your team name? Team James. Congratulations on the big win. Talk to me about it.
We're in the money, and that's all that matters.
You're in the money, and that's all that matters. Congratulations, guys. Thanks for playing, fellas. All right, we got our final round matchups, or maybe there's one more round. Semifinals. Thank you very much. I'm sure as soon as Bo puts that together, he'll be back out here. I don't know if there's going to be any buys. I'm not really sure. I'm just a referee.
Not the way I'm playing.
All the winners, please join me and Bo at the office entrance right over here. All of the winners. If I just interviewed you about your stellar performance, come on down. All right, so on board 2, we got Blank versus Baggin' and Braggin'. All right, so Fishman and Team James are going to be playing here. All right, y'all, so here's how this is going to work. We've got 4 teams competing right now. They're the only 4 teams left. After this, we're going to put a consolation round between the losers of these 2 games. They're going to play for 3rd place for that cash prize. And then, of course, we will have the championship round between the 2 winning teams. So, you know what? Focus up here. This is important. I've lost more than one close friend over cornhole. So let's treat this like it really is, okay? This is a serious game for serious people. I said serious people. Oh, he swishes one. What a round there for scoring from the Fishman and Team James. That was impressive. We are cruising along halfway through these games already. They fly by when you don't have cancellations. They fly by when every bag counts. Was that a swish? Nice job. Blue bag's down there. Whew, what a toss. Oh. And by the way, the Peanut Gallery can feel free to heckle. I think it's much better when you're heckling the teams and keeping them honest out here. So let them hear it. Please do. There's a sink on the red team, Fishmen. It is good for the pace of the game that we pause for the math and get it right. But you don't have that many fingers and toes, right? The action is intense. This is no drinking man's yard game. This is for athletes. And these guys are really showing out right now. Looks like we got a winner down here. I heard somebody wish good game, and I see some teams walking towards each other. We got one winner and one loser here. Who is it? They're the winners again. The guy who said close your eyes and chuck it is in the finals. That should tell you what cornhole is all about. Team Baggin' and Braggin', you guys are going to have a consolation match against the losers of this round right after this to see who gets third place, okay? Oh, that's a hanger, Sarge. There it goes. I knew that was going to happen. 20-18. We got a barn burner down here. Money on the line. You guys are playing for a chance at the finals or a chance at the consolation finals, which are also cool if you're into that. There's a sink. 23-18. All right, it's time for the moment of truth. Add up those scores. 24-23 to the Fishmen. Congratulations on the win. Apologies, but you still got a chance at some money. You guys got a consolation game coming up against...
Kind of looks like John Daly Jr.
John Daly Jr. is not a bad name to be called, man. That guy's a legend. All right, so I've got Team James versus Baggin' and Braggin' right here on board number 2. You guys are playing for third place. Then I've got the Fishmen, and I have... What was your team name again? Oh, sorry. Blank. That's why I couldn't remember. I was drawing a blank. Their team name is blank. You guys are going to be playing for the championship against the Fishmen. These games decide who goes home with money. 3 of these teams will be walking away with a little cheddar in their pocket today. Why you put the macaroni there is a question for a different day, but we're also going to give 3 of them cash. A lot of scoring here in the first round. There it is. Look at that, all 3 of them in. 2 red, 1 black. And blue sinks 1. Again, these guys play so much better when you heckle them, so let them hear it. Speed cornhole is what we'll call this. Dabrowski sinks another one. The third place game is intense. There's a sink. Fishman putting it in. 14-15 in the championship match. Josh, what's your score down there? 13-8 in the consolation match. A lot of action out here in the cornhole tournament. A lot of action. Baggin' and Braggin' and Team James are starting to score a lot of points down there. Look at that. 5 out of 6 on the board. Tied at 16 down here in the championship. 19-10 in the consolation match. That one's starting to pull away a little bit. There's a sink for Team Blank. There's a second one for Team Blank. And a third for Team Blank. Somebody called him a ringer earlier, and then he sank 3 bags in a row. So, I don't know. That looks like it's going to about do it, huh? Who's the winners? All right. Well, nice job. Who we got down here? Nice job, and thank you, everybody, for taking part in the cornhole tournament. You guys all did great. Give them a big round of applause if you're still hanging out and your hands still work. Hey, wanted to let you guys know we are having sort of an unofficial football watching party tonight right here in front of this great big projection screen. So if you want to come join us and watch some pigskin, we'd love to have you. We're going to be sitting here watching the Ducks take down the Penn State Nittany Lions. What even is a Nittany Lion now that I think about it? Nobody knows. Go Ducks is all that I heard, so that's going to go ahead and seal that win. All right, folks. We got a awards ceremony coming up here real quick for cornhole. All right, it's time to present our winners for the cornhole tournament. We got first, second, and third place prizes to give away. In third place, we finally figured it out. $25 going to each of the gentlemen on Team James. Come on down. Yep, there you go. Second place, going right here to the Fishmen. Come on, guys. Congratulations. $50 a piece. All of it going to Dad, I hear. All right, and let's give it up for our champions. Coming back from some amount of points down and sinking 3 bags in a row in the final round to win it. We have, walking their way in from the back, making the grand entrance, Team Blank. Give it up for them. They are your cornhole champions for the 3rd annual Liquid Trucking Employee Jamboree. One more time for Team Blank, everybody, going home with $100 a piece. You know we're giving away cold hard cash here today. Nice job. Hey, folks, if you haven't made it out to take your 2 shots at the closest to the pin competition, it's happening out in the grass back here behind us, and you can go ahead and come at the 3rd place champ because I am in 3rd place right now. So see if you can get it inside of 11-ish feet. They're going to be taking shots out there for the next 20 minutes or so. At 5 o'clock is when we're shutting it down for the closest to the pin. So you don't have to sign up for that one. Just run out there and take your shots. They'll measure it if you get close. All right, Liquid Trucking, it's time for us to present our winners for the closest to the pin golf challenge. So I am going to turn the mic over to a guy that I haven't had on the mic at all today, and I don't know how he got away from me all day long. It's like he was hiding or something. But Josh Schmidt, there you are, sir.
Well, I'm short. I'm easy to miss. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Appreciate it. The closest to the pin paid out 3 places. So I'm going to announce 4th place, just outside the money, Mr. Shade Thomas.
Oh.
By 1 inch.
Oh.
Story of his life,
Story
probably.
of his life.
Probably. Maybe. I don't know. And in 3rd place, we might need a drum roll for this. It is Mr. Marcus Bridges. So Marcus wins a sleeve of golf balls, and I think it's $50.
That's going back to the can, okay? I am an employee here at this point. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
2nd place. Okay, please, nobody call BS on this. It was legit. It was witnessed. Lucy Schmidt.
Yeah, give her a hand. Nice job. Congratulations.
1st place, even more BS possible, but it was witnessed by everyone. Kara Whipple, she did take her daughter to homecoming just now, so she's not here, but Kara won 1st place. She was like 2 feet away, almost a hole-in-one. So
amazing.
Very fun day, guys. Thanks so much to everybody. Thank you, Marcus.
Absolutely.
Well done.
Thank
well
you,
done,
guys.
Jason. Jason was up early this morning and probably didn't sleep much all week trying to plan this event. So thank you, everyone.
Appreciate it, Josh. Thank you for having us here. This has been a fantastic event. One more round of applause for everybody that worked really hard at Liquid Trucking to put this together. Thank you to the Schmidt family. Thank you to Matt Cleach. We got Brennan, Chris, and Jason also out there helping him on the grill. Terrible Gerald's Pizza, you're in my heart forever. I loved it. It was amazing. And, you guys out here, this is all for you, the employees of Liquid Trucking. It's a fantastic group of people, and I feel very lucky to be your host today. So thank you so much for having me.
All right, Liquid Trucking, it's about time to wrap up our 3rd annual Liquid Trucking Employee Jamboree recap episode. It's a mouthful. It was also a heartful of fun, good vibes, camaraderie, and great people. I will say it again. I know that I spent some time pontificating about this in the open, but what a fantastic group of people. Now that you've heard a little bit of the interactions throughout the day, I just have to take my hat off to the entire organization, from the Schmidt family all the way down. Everybody involved. It was so cool. You know, they had a bunch of guys out there. You might have heard me mention them during the live audio recaps. The planning committee. Jake, Jesse, Bo, Jason. Josh Schmidt had one of those shirts on. There was just a nonstop flow of these people that were out there helping. Dave was out there as well. It was just so cool to see everybody jump in and take part and help out, and then the experience that provided. Because I was there on Friday, okay? I was there Friday, getting the lay of the land. I was there really early on Saturday, not as early as Matt Cleach and the boys on the grill. Matt, Jason, Chris, and Brennan were there at 3 a.m. That's 3 after morning, or whatever that stands for. It can't be after, approaching morning. At that point, it's the middle of the damn night, and that's when the grill team showed up to start cooking. That kind of dedication is unheard of. And then you realize that, oh, that dedication, that's just the time. Let's not talk about the money. Matt Cleach is out there with the boys cooking on like a $9,000 smoker / grill. This thing came in on its own trailer. And that is just the beginning of it, okay? We had Roger Schmidt, the guy that started the whole dang thing in a field, out there competing with the rest of the drivers that are still on the road today in the truck rodeo. That was a sight to see, okay? That was really awesome. And let me tell you, big crowd gathering to watch Roger do his thing, so some pressure out there, and I thought he handled it well. The community, the liquid trucking community that showed up and showed out for this event, I hope you all had a fantastic time too, and thank you so much for making my day and the day of everybody else there everything that we hoped it could be and more. If you missed it this year, don't forget, we can hook up, we can figure out the getting you there if you're not from the Omaha or Plattsmouth area, okay? We can figure out all of that stuff. And by figure it out, I mean, they'll just put you up in a hotel room, man. They'll get it. They want you there. And why not be there with cash prizes on the line? Some of the best food to come out of the greater Omaha area that week for sure. And, just good vibes all around. I can't say enough about it. And you know what? There's two people listening to this right now that I know can vouch for me here, because the day after I flew home, I got home, I immediately called my parents to let them know, because that's what you do if you travel, truck drivers. I know you're sure of it. You call the wife, you call the parents, you call the kids, whatever it may be. Somebody's got to know that you got there safe, and that's what I was doing, letting my parents know. And what that turned into was me talking for 15 minutes without taking a breath about how happy I was with the event, how amazing it was to get to meet so many of you in person for the first time, or get to see you again after meeting you back either when we launched the show or even before that. Finally got to give my guy Polar Bear a big hug, and I asked him, he had his 100-ounce mug there. I asked him why he didn't bring the big one. But he, just so cool meeting all you guys. Got to meet Quincy, got to meet John, got to meet Bert, and the list goes on. Bob, we got to spend some time talking. Man, it was, it's choking me up to be 100% honest with you. And I know that means that I need to get the hell out of here. It's enough talking. I've said what I need to say. Let me put the rows on it, put the period on the sentence here with this, because I'm even like staggering and stumbling over my words right now. This is crazy. Get there next year. Don't miss out. We're already planning on making it even bigger and better than last year, and I plan to be there again. Listen, it's always going to be kind of that late September window if you're thinking about it. We're looking for certain things to happen in the football schedule so that all the people that want to be there and should be there can be there, and that includes you, drivers. And next year, I hope I get to meet even more of you. Thank you so much for joining us here on our Liquid Trucking Employee Jamboree recap episode. And I forgot third annual there. Like I said, it's a mouthful. You guys were amazing in person. You're amazing to us every day by clicking this podcast. Lots of love coming from the Bulldog family and the Liquid Trucking podcast to the Liquid Trucking community at large. You guys are great people. Stay safe out there. Keep the shiny side up.
Thanks for tuning in and being the gold standard of drivers on the road. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and tune in next week for another episode of the Liquid Trucking Podcast.
Interested in finding out more about what it takes to bring a podcast like the Liquid Trucking Podcast to your fleet? Bulldog provides tailor-made top-to-bottom podcast production services. We'll meet your terminal staff, connect with your drivers, and bring you the content you want your drivers to hear. Type bulldog.works into your browser to connect with us and learn more about what we can do for your fleet. That's bulldog.works for podcasts, tenacious recruiting, and more.